What's going on, guys? It's your boy Anime Hero back at it again with another trailer breakdown. I know I missed my upload yesterday. I live in a state that just got hit by that hurricane, so all that stuff happened. Plus, I did hear that there was supposed to be a Kingdom Hearts video trailer dropping, so I figured missed a Monday upload today on Tuesday. It seemed like that would be a better case. That way I could give you guys my fresh notes. So I looked at the trailer, looked at everything, I analyzed what I thought was important. Alright, so now it starts with the chess game from forever ago. I think it was the 2015 E3 that we first saw that chess game. Nothing really new happened there, but it was just interesting they started with that before cutting to that weird scroll of words that I don't ever remember. When I watch the video, I can say it, but if I'm trying to think of it off of memory, I can't. It's a little bit hot in here, so if you see me fanning myself, that's why. So the golem from the previous trailer, when they're fighting on the bridge, they're fighting at the skyscraper. Is that the same one? And is it the same type of Heartless that is from Olympus Coliseum? Because in the Olympus Coliseum trailers, we see a golem very similar to it, but it looks slightly different. So is it like the same type of Heartless, just because it's in a different world, it has like a different texture skin, like how Sora in the Toy Story world looks like a toy? But we haven't seen any other Heartless act like that. We haven't seen any other Heartless that appear in one world that change appearance in a different world. I think the closest I can think of were the Heartless and Timeless River that were black and white. Or are they very similar? Is it like the bosses from Kingdom Hearts 2 and Agrabah, where we see these two Fire and Ice Heartless? They're big Heartless, they bounce around, we don't. And I think that they're very similar to that, rather than this golem being like its own type of Heartless. I think it's more of like a boss Heartless that is like a counterpart to the one in Olympus. At the beginning of the fight, Sora says, it's Keyblade Hero 3, and Hero says, and Big Hero 6, and they're gonna all fight together. But then immediately after that, all we see is Baymax in your party. So it's very interesting that you don't have anybody else from Big Hero 6 in your party other than Baymax. Which I feel like is a really missed opportunity. And it's very unusual because of another note I have in here about a cutscene that really struck me as odd. But, Baymax is the only person. They show some, tag attacks, or not, that's not what they're called, team attacks, whatever. Your combined attack when you fight with your party member. With Baymax, it's pretty cool. Sora rides on his back like that screenshot we got. Nothing spectacular. So the Nano Arms, I believe that's the finish command. We see, and later on, right after the whole Baymax fight, we see, Sora back on that bridge fight, and he uses Nano Arms, and he, throws his Keyblade up, and then disappears, and then this orb comes out, and a bunch of nanomites just split out in all directions. All I can think is that is the finish. That's the final command of that command style. So I don't know. That really was interesting too, because I thought the big fist that we saw in the previous trailer was the finish command for Nano Arms. Later, and we also see, while still in the Big Hero 6 world, that there are segments where you're flying on Baymax's back while you're trying to kill Heartless or do certain things. I just thought it's very interesting to point out, because we haven't seen anything like that in any other trailer. So that was a very interesting looking gameplay that I'm really excited to be able to actually play. So I think about a lot, and I'm on this boat now, that those aren't nanomites we're seeing from Big Hero 6's world, but they're the blocks from Kingdom Hearts Recoded, which opens up a huge wormhole on how the fuck that came to be. But yeah, especially when we see this giant red hand attack Sora and it like breaks apart on the ground, I can definitely believe that those are supposed to be like redesigned blocks that are supposed to be from Kingdom Hearts Recoded. And then there's like this mini game. There's like a running mini game where you have to like run through all these rings, checkpoints. I don't know what to call them. I think it's like a point system though, so it's like those rings give you this many points. It looks fun. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna play of it, but it does look like it would be really fun. All right, so then it transitions to a cutscene of Hero, Go-Go, Baymax, and Sora. The one person I should have remembered. Sora. The four of them were sitting on top of the Golden Gate Bridge, whatever it's called in this universe. And what I thought was interesting, they're eating ice cream and it transitions to the Twilight Town crew because symbolism and parallels. But I thought it was interesting that they picked Go-Go to be the one sitting up with Baymax and Hero. Maybe it was me. I haven't seen the movie in a while. As a matter of fact, Go-Go got a lot of attention in this trailer. And in the previous trailer. I wonder what part she's going to play in Big Hero 6's world. Because when you first get there, Go-Go goes flying. Yep. Go-Go goes flying. And then in this trailer, they're all grouped up together, and Wasabi says something, but then she comes flying in, and she gets a whole zoom and enhance on her face. Like, when she gets to say something, the camera's on her. And now they have her in this scene where they're sitting, and in the previous trailer, she also talks about we're a team's delegate. She has a big role in this world. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that Go-Go has a pretty big role, which is interesting, because I don't remember in the movie her having a big connection with Hero. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but I thought maybe someone like Honey Lemon or Fred might be more closer to Hero than Go-Go. She seemed like the most disconnected. Shoot, Wasabi looked like he was closer to him. I digress, though. So Sora has this phone. It's about the size of this. It's about that size. And it looks kind of stupid because it looks so freaking thick with two C's. Two C's. Extra thick with two C's. But he gets a FaceTime call from Ienzo. Which I wonder if that's leading into the scene we saw a few trailers back where Enzo talked about that if Ansem the Wise was going to create... Actually, I'm going to bring that up later because there's another scene now looking back on it. I think these all link together. Okay. So we do get a confirmed Davy Jones in Pirates of the Caribbean's world. That... I wasn't a big fan of the reveal, but it is very interesting. It's very good. And again, I have to wonder, are these villains from the world working with the villains from the organization? Because again, that would seem like it'd be really complicated to have Luxor's plot of finding the box with Davy Jones's grudge against Jack Sparrow. I didn't watch At World's End, or I didn't remember a lot of it. So again, it brings into question of, are the two groups working together, or do they have separate goals in mind? So, is Destiny Island a world? We transition to that iconic scene, that first thing we ever saw of Sora picking up Master Ericus's Keyblade. And Goofy is there, and he talks about your heart, may your heart be your guiding key, or whatever. So are we going to finally be able to explore Destiny Islands, more of Destiny Islands? Or is that just like a cutscene thing? They're like, oh, Goofy's there for cutscene reasons. Who knows? Alright, so it transitions, we get pirates. Luxord says that no one knows what's in the box we're looking for. Then it transitions to Frozen, where Sora says, we haven't found all your 13, right? And she says, oh, we found them. So, and going with who we see later, kind of equals out. Because let's think about it right quick. We have confirmed. Confirmed we have Master Xehanort, Xemnas, Ansem Seeker of Darkness, Brog, Marluxia, Larxene, Sayax, Vanitas, and then we get 3 in this trailer. We get Demyx, maybe. I'm gonna put my finger down for him, but we get Vexen and we get Data Riku, or I think it's Data Riku. We'll get to that in a second. That's 10 of the 13. Now it is speculated that Terranort is going to be one of them. So that could be an 11. The 3 speculatory people. We have Terranort. We don't know. We haven't seen Terranort since 2.8 or 0.2, a fragmented passage. And then we had Demyx this trailer, I know that there is a scene where you see him front on, but I don't have a computer or the capabilities to zoom and enhance to look at his eyes, so I don't know if he was Norded. He might have been, but I'm gonna put him as a maybe for right now. And then there's a whole bunch of other people who could fill that last spot. You have Luxord. I forgot Luxord. So yeah, we have 2 other people. We have maybe Terranort and maybe Demyx. I think it's almost confirmed that Demyx is also a Seeker of Darkness, just because we see him with Vexen and we see them talking. Vexen's Norded, so obviously, or at least it's highly implied that Demyx is also Norded. If I had to place a bet on if it's not Terranort, it's Zaldin. I mean, we haven't seen anything of Zaldin in any of these. I mean, I guess we didn't hear Demyx talk, but we at least saw him. But they haven't even mentioned Zaldin, and that's weird to me, because he was one of the founding members. So Sora and the crew, Sora, Donald, Goofy, Hayner, Pencilette are all going to the Data Town to try to get Roxas. Not sure how that's going to work. Excuse me if I'm wrong, but I believe we got a new Heartless. It's like this weird dessert-looking thing. It might be from Unchained Key, because I didn't finish that. Fuck that game. That game was way too long. Next week, side note, I'll also mention that at the end too, but next week I'm going to do a video where I'm going to rank all of my favorite Kingdom Hearts games from my least favorite to my favorite, give explanations why. All the ones I've played. I played all the games except for 0.2, a fragmentary passage. I'm just going to count that with Birth by Sleep because I've seen gameplay and I can tell you it looks lit. So you have a photo mode, and it's not really relevant to the story. I just wanted to mention that because I'm going to be taking some bomb-ass photos. Marshmallow is in your party from Frozen. I thought that was very interesting, and no one seems to be talking about that. That Marshmallow is in your party. Tag attack with him. Also, something no one else is talking about is the extended theme song. We've only heard the one clip of the theme song so far. The beginning part to when she first does the chorus of Don't Think Twice. But then, this trailer being longer, we get that next part. We get to hear more of it, and no one seemed to be talking about it. Any of the reactors I saw, they were just like staring at the screen. I'm like, the trailer, the song's extended. That's amazing, especially because this is one of my favorite theme songs too. Don't Think Twice is easily one of my favorites. I easily like Don't Think Twice way more than Simple and Clean. It is. I don't know if it breaks Sanctuary or not, because Sanctuary was the first theme song I heard. I started with Kingdom Hearts 2. So Sanctuary was really, really up there, and Simple and Clean really just didn't vibe with me, but I'm not sure if Don't Think Twice beats Sanctuary. I know it beats Simple and Clean, though. So the hooded figure, of course, was actually, let's back up a bit to Demyx and Vexen. So we do see them confirmed. Confirmed Vexen is a Seeker of Darkness, because Vexen, it's kind of iffy if you're looking at it, but it's clear enough to see that Vexen's eyes are yellow and his eyes were blue originally. So he has been Norded. we only see Demix from behind, and then one time later on we see him from the front. But it's like a quick shot, and I'm not sure if he's Norded either. But I think just because he's with Vexen, and from how we see him in the later scene, I think it's pretty much confirmed that man is Norded. Which is great. You know, I'd love to see more Demix. He's one of my favorite organization members. Put in the comments if you want me to do a video about that. I probably will. I promise we're going to get back to anime at some point. So the hooded figure is Riku. It's not young Master Xehanort like I thought, but it's not Shion like everybody else thought, so I'm more right than everybody else. But it's Riku. It's a Riku. And people are like, oh, it's Repliku, but based off of Sora's attire in the cutscene we see, that's still in the Big Hero 6 world. Repliku, who is Norded, we do confirm, it is confirmed that he's Norded. We see that this Riku is the organization member for Big Hero 6's world. And this is the same world that the blocks are in from Recoded. So I think it's more likely that this is Data Riku rather than Repliku. So we're just rapid fire off things because we don't see a lot of each of these scenes. Ansem the Wise talks to Ienzo. In the previous scene, we see Demyx come out of a portal with a sack over his shoulder, very similar to Master Xehanort carrying Ventus at the beginning of Birth by Sleep. So very interesting. And then the next immediate thing shows Ansem. We can assume it's Ansem the Wise because he has a blonde beard and mustache, and a much darker blonde than Luxord, and he has facial hair, so it can't be Larxene. So Ansem the Wise is who I think it is. Syax meets with Axel on top of the clock tower, so wonder what that scene's all about. Especially because Syax is supposed to be a Seeker of Darkness. Sora dives into Ventus's heart, so yeah, probably gonna end up freeing Ventus at this point. I skipped the part. I skipped one of my notes. Vanitas gives Aqua the work, and that confirms, at least to me, that confirms that Aqua isn't Norded, because there is a scene where Vanitas is standing over her. She's laying on the ground, she's uncorrupted, and there's shattered glass. So, confirmed, not corrupted. Unless that's a dream sequence, in which case, I look like an ass. So the next part, he sides into Ventus's heart, probably gonna end up freeing Ventus, and then Roxas returns, and everybody's like, oh, Roxas is back on their side. But what if he isn't? This is the biggest thing. Everybody's like, oh, yay, we get Ventus back. And I'm like, there's time travel. What if the Sorry, guys. There's a really weird cut there. So I'm just going to finish up what I was saying. It's just that my big theory here is that instead of maybe the heroes getting Roxas, the organization realized that they were going to free a version of Roxas, so they went back in time to get a Roxas that was still loyal to the organization. And now there are two Roxases fighting each other. That's mind-blowing. At least that's really what I'm thinking. So, that's all I got time for. This is probably going to be it's not going to be my best made video because of that awkward cut with what happened with my recording. But, I'm going to end it off here, guys. As always, like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Like I said, the next video is going to be next Monday, talking about my favorite Kingdom Hearts games, least to greatest. I'll give explanations why. After that, it will be my favorite organization members and reasons why. As always, stay safe out there, guys. Especially now that the hurricane just hit, roads are tearing down. As the anime hero signing off.